According to History.com, William Shakespeare is born in Stratford-on-Avon on April 23rd, 1564, and according to srcv.net, Shakespeare wrote Macbeth in 1606. We decided to research in depth what people know about him, as well as look into a deeper meaning of the play Macbeth to find out how it ties into our lives today. To do this, we decided to interview a few people.
What is your knowledge on William Shakespeare and specifically to the play Macbeth?
Well, went to high school in 1988, so I think it was about our junior year that we studied Macbeth. So I was going to Germantown High School at the time, and my English teacher was Mrs. Gosenheimer. And at the time, I believe we had about a week or so to read the play in class. So it was kind of long and drawn out. I guess specifically I don't remember the specific events of the play, but I just remember it was very challenging at the time to, I guess, absorb the concepts of Macbeth and Shakespeare, and it was more of an introduction to Shakespeare and help us understand the literary art of Shakespeare.
According to bbc.co.uk, Macbeth often struggled throughout the play with ambition and doing what is right and wrong. How does that play into your job, and how does that play into present day?
Well, I do commercial insurance, so we deal with large clients all across the country. And typically in our world, insurance people are, I wouldn't say real high on the totem pole. So there's an ethical challenge every day that we have, and we try and hold a high ethical standard in our personal business that we own. The challenges that we have is some of those people that we compete against are trying to gain business. Those other brokers may not follow the same protocol that we do as far as ethics. Some, I guess, specific examples are people will hold quotes or not present certain information that they legally are obligated to do, and it puts us and other brokers at a disadvantage, competitive disadvantage, because if they don't provide that information that is needed to present a quote, then we're shut down and we can't offer a quote. So that I guess that would be the best example, and we see this almost daily. So we have some very ambitious people who may look very successful because they have a large book of business and may make a lot of money, but how they do it may not be the correct way or the most ethical way, and unfortunately, it's not right for the client, for the insured, and it certainly isn't good for our business as a whole.
Can you describe in depth the relationship between cruelty and masculinity as portrayed in Macbeth, as well as how it should be enacted in a perfect world?
Well, Jack, that's a pretty tough question. Characters in Macbeth frequently dwell on issues of gender. Lady Macbeth manipulates her husband by questioning his manhood. Macbeth provokes the murderers he hires to kill Banquo by questioning their manhood as well. However, the audience cannot help noticing that women are also sources of violence and evil. The witches' prophecies mark Macbeth's ambition and then encourage his violent behavior. Lady Macbeth provides the brains and the will behind her husband's plots. In a perfect world, you would not use your masculinity as cruelty. You would use it more to help fight for a good cause. Describe how fate comes into play throughout the play Macbeth.
Well, I was doing some research on the theme of fate and found some stuff from litcharts.com. When the three witches give the prophecies to Macbeth, he begins to realize that this is his fate. The witches told him that he would also never be killed by any man who was naturally born of a woman, so he believes that he can't be killed. He begins to become arrogant, but one thing good old Macbeth didn't realize is that Macduff was not naturally born. He was born of a C-section, ultimately ending in his death.
What is your knowledge of Shakespeare and his literature?
We read Julius Caesar 10th grade year and Romeo and Juliet freshman year.
And did you like his writing style?
I liked Romeo and Juliet a lot better.
Did you find it hard to read?
Yes.
What do you know about the play Macbeth?
I remember way back when reading it in my English class, and Shakespeare wrote it, and that's about it as far as I know. I believe it takes place in Scotland. Yep.
What is your opinion on Shakespeare?
I believe Shakespeare was an unbelievable writer for his time period. I think that's why we still read it in classes today, especially to compare literature from back in that time era to literature today.
Do you remember any specific symbols from the play?
Well, Shakespeare in this particular play used a lot of blood and goriness. I mean, it started at the beginning and it went all the way to the end.
Perfect.
Craig Cochran wrote an article on QualityDigest.com. In the article, he mentioned that Macbeth was an aristocratic leader. Can you explain the difference between a good leader and an aristocratic leader?
Well, I think a good leader is a leader that gets those to follow them based on their vision. They have people that follow them because they have a purpose and people can see the end result as a good result. I think an aristocratic leader is probably someone who has their own agenda and therefore may seem selfish in their ways and views, and therefore people won't want to follow that view.
What do you know about the play Macbeth?
Well, I know that there's a lot of killing and a lot of violence in Macbeth, and it's mostly how Macbeth becomes corrupt and wants a lot of power. He listens to this prophecy and definitely goes after it, and it does not end up well for him.
What is your opinion on Shakespeare?
My honest opinion on Shakespeare would have to be that it's somewhat hard to understand. I guess it was like they liked it back then, but now I'm not a big fan.
Do you remember any specific symbols from the play?
Well, the witches, they gave the prophecy, and what I think is him going after that was his ultimate downfall, where when he heard it, it was kind of just like a big, everything's gonna happen in this, and this order. So that's kind of what I think.
ShakespeareOnline.com says that there were evil thoughts of ambitious nature in Macbeth. From beginning to end, throughout the process of interviews and research, we were able to find a better idea of how Macbeth's ambition ultimately leads to his downfall. We were able to find a deeper meaning as well as how that plays into present day, through jobs as well as ethical standpoints.